Cold chili. Better than being eaten alive by zombies. Is anybody alive out there? Is anybody alive out there still? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 31 Days of Horror. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. We are on day 19 right now, and this is the Zombie Farm. I get 2 years on this one. One source gives me 2009, and another one gives me 2011. Now, the back of the DVD is saying 2011 back here. We'll just go with that, basically. This is a, basically like a Latin American kind of film. With the whole cast pretty much being Latin or Brazilian, and it's all in English though. This takes place in the United States in, I don't know if it's New York or not, but regardless, there's this guy named Roquel Martinez or something like that. And he basically is one of those gurus on TV where they used to do the infomercials like Call Now, and you know, he's kind of like a psychic, but not really. He's more of, you could call him a psychic essentially, but he's a personal guru in the Latin community kind of thing. And then this woman, who's a documentary filmmaker, wants to document him. She's also Latina herself. Her name is Pilar, and very good looking girl. And she goes to talk to him and basically wants to recruit him for this, this documentary, while there's this other woman named Ana Maria. And Ana Maria has a very abusive husband, and she goes to see this guru to help, you know, with help on that and to get advice on what she should do. She's afraid to leave him because she'll be deported back to Mexico, and she's afraid to leave for, you know, other reasons. She's afraid of her life and everything. And the guru takes a lot of pity on her, and then he kind of reveals himself to be a phony. And he is a phony. He knows he's a phony, and you pretty much know he's a phony right from the beginning. So these two women want two different things from him, and then this woman who has the abusive husband, she goes to see another woman who also, you know, claims to be able to, you know, do magic and potions and witchcraft and stuff like that. And she gives this woman something to give her husband to drink, which ends up turning him into a zombie. Now, this goes more of the voodoo zombie route. The cover is quite misleading. I was expecting a standard zombie film, but it's definitely voodoo zombies. The premise basically goes from there with this woman who practices turning people into zombies and basically creating her own zombie farm of her own personal, you know, help to eliminate. I don't really know what she's doing with the zombies, to be honest. I'm gonna say it right off the bat. I probably will not have talked so bad about a film since While We Sleep, I think it was called, that I did for another 31 Years of Horror. You can see that review. That film is absolutely terrible, and I did not enjoy it in the slightest. And since that film, which I basically went on a rant on, it just is a hole in the head to watch, and it is the most generic and offensively basic exorcism film I've ever seen. Ever. I've never seen a worse film than this. This thing is worse than Dracula 3000, and that is saying something. And I mean absolutely no disrespect to the cast and crew or anything like that, but I don't know what the heck this director was going for. It is written and directed by Ricardo Islas. I read this review, or I read this blurb on the internet that said this is a Latin drama disguised as a horror film, and that's literally exactly what it is, because you don't even see a zombie in this movie for like 45 minutes. And the whole zombie, even the voodoo zombie stuff, is so spare and saved right till the end, and has so little to do with the story, it's not even funny. And this film is just so boring, and it tries to be comedic, and none of the comedy works. The comedy is just bizarre, it's ridiculous. You have, you know, the landlord who wants money from this fake guru, and he comes in to get the money, and he's like, "You son of a bitch!" And then the guru pretends to meditate, and then his secretary is like trying to stop the landlord and saying, "You can't wake him up, he could die, because when he's in a meditation and you wake him up from a meditation, he could die." And this guy's just sitting on his table pretending to meditate, and you got the landlord trying to like ask him for his money. It's just, you ask yourself, what am I watching? Am I watching a parody of something? Like it. And then the guru, he's really well respected in the community, and some people, like, he wears this stupid wig and like hippie glasses when he's doing his work, and he has this Latin secretary that knows he's shady but goes with it, like she's you know, with him. And he knows this older woman. I don't know if the woman's Spanish or not. She doesn't really sound it, but or look it. But she's very good friends with him, and she has this wound on her leg, which is not explained how she got it. But he goes to help her, and he goes to clean her wound and everything. And then she tells him that she lost some money, and automatically this guru guy knows that it's her grandson that stole her money. And she's saying, you know, "I swear I put it here where I always put my money, and then I went there and it was gone." So then he chases after the grandson. It turns into this chase scene. He somehow knows where the grandson is. He just drives over to some alley, and then it turns into this alley chase, and he punches the grandson, and then he takes the money back to the old lady, and it just, like, it comes out of nowhere, and it results to nothing. It's just a sweet, sentimental, random scene in the middle of the movie that nothing comes back to it, and it seems like it belongs in another movie. And then with the zombie stuff, it's just, not only does it take forever to get there, but once it gets there, it's just so damn boring. Like, I've never seen such a film that looks so promising. And maybe that's why I was so frustrated with this one, because I was so frustrated by the end of it. It felt like the biggest waste of time for me. And maybe this will be for somebody else, and maybe there's somebody out there who will enjoy it, but just know what you're getting into going in, because this, to me, has no entertainment value. Like, I will give this one more shot, but as of now, I do not think I'm keeping this film. This was such a letdown for me, and I'm a big zombie fan, so it takes a lot to make me not enjoy a zombie movie. But you don't get much of a zombie movie with this, so you get more of like a Latin comedy. It's like, it almost feels like a telenovela that's not taking itself seriously, and they even poke fun at some telenovelas in the film. It's part of his shtick kind of thing, the guru. But yeah, they end up basically kidnapped by this priestess woman. There's some like Portuguese stuff going on in here too, because like I said, there is some connections to Brazil and stuff, and this woman keeps saying Portuguese, and it really bothers me when people say Portuguese. I am Portuguese myself. She's like, "You speak Portuguese too?" And then he says something in Portuguese, and she's like, "Oh, that's so." It's so dumb. Like, the writing is absolutely terrible. The way everything is delivered is so intentionally or unintentionally funny. I do not know. And the zombie stuff is just bullshit, because like the blurb said that I saw on the internet, this is a Latin drama, or a Latin family drama disguised as a horror film. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what it was. And then there's, oh my gosh, I gotta talk about how this shit ends. There's a clear love thing going on with the guru and the documentary filmmaker, Pilar, I think her name is. and they have this chemistry. Like they banter with each other, they flirt with each other. You know that there's something going on there. The end of the movie, Anna Maria, who was trying to run away from her husband, who was afraid of being deported, all of a sudden makes a decision that she wants to go back to Mexico out of nowhere. Like her husband changed and everything, and he was dead. Like he dies in the end of the first act, basically, once he shows up like 45 minutes later. And then she's like afraid of being deported, but then makes the decision that she wants to go to Mexico. So she buys a ticket to Mexico, and she kisses the guru, okay, I think his name is. She kisses him before she boards the train, and the love interest is watching, and apparently the movie just ends with them as friends. And he now seems to be in love with Ana Maria. I can't with this movie. I can't with this movie. This is a rant, and I apologize because my 31 Days of Horror reviews are not supposed to be rants, but that one rant I did with While We Sleep, which is a terrible film, by the way, got a lot of views. It was one of my highest viewed video on that 31 Days of Horror, so we'll see how this one does. But Jesus Christ, this was such a disappointment, because I had such high expectations for this film, and this one just let me the fuck down. So I don't recommend The Zombie Farm, but if you want to give it a shot, I guess make up your own mind. I hated While We Sleep, and I really hated this one too. They can't be all winners, can they? But yeah, we'll see what the next one has to offer, and hopefully it's better than that one. That is at the bottom of the list. Dracula 3000 is better than The Zombie Farm. I would call bullshit if somebody told me that at the beginning of this month, but lo and behold. Yeah, thank you for joining me once again for spooky season. Sorry that this video wasn't super positive, and no disrespect to anybody involved in the film, but I'm a film reviewer. I'm not a film critic. I am a film reviewer. I just review my thoughts on what I see. So that's what I got on this one. Until next review, sleep tight tonight.